Welcome once again. Welcome to another live streaming. Today I'm going to show you how to make tapioca with seaweed. Okay, let's get started. So this is the seaweed I'm going to use. So I start first by placing the water on the cooker to bring it to a cook point before I add the tapioca kernels. So I've put water on the stove. Just add just a little bit of salt, not a lot because using seaweed and seaweed have a lot of salt also. That is why you have to be careful when you are adding salt to the water. So while my water is on the stove, to add a bit of water to a bowl. I have here some nori. It's a nori sheet. So depending on how much of the tapioca you want to make, but I'm making a small recipe. So I'm wicking the nori blood or sheet in water. I think I'm still going to add a bit. You see the first one is already wicking. So I'm still going to add just one sheet. Welcome everyone once again to another live streaming. Welcome everyone. So what I'm doing here is just to weaken the nori sheet in a little bit of water. So I'll allow it to weaken a bit. So it should not be too much water, just a little bit of water. To be able to be softened when the water is because the nourish sheet is swelling up. It will take all the water, so you can still add just a bit to it. You can also feel it with your fingers to see if it's soft enough. If it's soft enough, you will see that it's just tearing apart. But now it's just still a little bit. It takes 5-7 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to just add the nourish sheet to a blender. I think I'm still going to add a little bit of water. And so then I'm going to blend it. So this nourish sheet we give the umami taste to the seaweed tapioca cracker, because if you can choose which flavor you want to give to your cracker or to the cracker, but this flavor I want to make today is the seaweed flavor. That is why I'm using the seaweed. Of course, there are different types of seaweed that you can use. You can also use wakame. You can also use red seaweed. You can also use, but this I'm using nori sheet today. So you just keep mixing it till it's smooth. You see, nori is very easy. Nori is very easy to dissolve in water. And you just keep mixing it. Even if you don't mix it anymore, it will be okay. But I still give it a little mix. Okay, now I have mixed the nori. I'm going to add a little bit, because I want to give the nori is for the taste, and I'm going to add just for the beauty or the color. I want it to have a tint or a deep black color. So I'm adding here a teaspoon of black charcoal. Then I will also check if it's okay, if I still need to adjust it. I will check if I still need an adjustment. If you want the color to be very dark, dark, so you can choose to make it darker, light dark. It depends on you. I just give it one more whisk. Okay, the seaweed mixture is ready. So I'm done with mixing. Let me just set my machine aside so I can continue the next process. So here is the tapioca, paddles, small balls. You can also buy, they have also bigger balls, but I'm using the small balls here. So I'm just going to add half of this packet of tapioca to my boiling water. Start boiling. Yes. So I'm going to cook the tapioca until it is clear, until it looks transparent. But now the tapioca is just, I just dropped the tapioca now in warm water, in the boiling water. So I'll just keep stirring it, because sometimes if you leave the tapioca alone, it sticks. It will start burning because of the high starch content in tapioca. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to another live streaming. Hope you are enjoying watching us. You know, we are just here to show you our love, our passion, and our knowledge about food, and also what we serve here in our restaurants. Welcome once again. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And of course, keep watching, because we have so much to share with you. So you just keep stirring it while it keeps steaming. So you want the tapioca to be very clear, to be transparent. Let me put it that way. If you have any question about this recipe or other recipes I have shared, don't hesitate to ask your question in the comment section below, and I will be very glad to help each and every one of you. My aim in this channel is also to show people how easy it is to cook that delicious food that is almost the quality or equality of restaurants in the comfort of your home, just using simple cooking technique. As you know, there is no one that is born with knowledge. We all learn by doing. So get to the kitchen and start cooking that dream food of yours, because it is only by doing that we learn. Tapioca is one of those fun ingredients in the kitchen. We can use tapioca for so many things, but this is just one of the way we use tapioca here in our kitchen. We use it most of the times as appetizer, as canapé for clients. You can fill the tapioca with different types of recipes, like what I have now, the basic tapioca I'm making now with seaweed is vegan recipe, or vegetarians can also eat that. And if you decide to fill it up with fish for fish lovers, or maybe meat for meat lover, you can play with it in different ways. So that is why tapioca is a very let me put it, fun ingredient in the kitchen. You can use it in so many ways. You can use it as appetizer, you can use it as main course, you can use it even as dessert. But in future video, if you are interested, I will be showing you guys a lot of things you can do just using this one ingredient, tapioca. So I'm just stirring it because I don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pot. If you like, you can leave it. If there is enough water, make sure, one thing I want to let you know is when you are cooking tapioca, make sure you add enough water because tapioca have the starch consistency is very high. That means if there's not enough water, your tapioca will start sticking to the under the pot. Then it will burn, and then you have a bad smell in the tapioca. So you want to prevent that. So you need to add enough water to your pot. I mean, if you are cooking like what I'm cooking here is about 250 grams of tapioca, I am using here at least 2 liters of water or more. So to give it good space to swell, rise, and do its job. So you have to cook it till you see that the tapioca is transparent. We are almost there, but it's not yet ready. It's not ready yet because you can see that the tapioca is still white. You want to, I'm going to bring another. So you see the tapioca is still white, so it has to be transparent. It's almost there. It's not there yet, but it's almost. It has to be transparent. Look at. You see, you have to be transparent because if it's not transparent, when you start frying it in the hot oil, you will not have that puff. You know, when you fry it later, after dehydrating the tapioca, you fry it in a high oil, it puff. You have that puff from the tapioca. So that is why it should be white. So it's almost ready. So then I will have to sieve the tapioca before adding the ingredient. Okay. Look at. You see, the tapioca is now transparent. You can see that it's transparent now. There is no more white, but transparent. So that is what we are looking for. You have to cook it till it becomes transparent, like this. So now I'm going to sieve the tapioca. So I will just pour the tapioca over a sieve. You see that it's transparent. So then I'm going to add, see how transparent it is? And then I will add it to a pan, another pan or container. It doesn't have to be a pan. It can also be a bowl or even just a container. So now is the fun time. I have to clear space so that okay, look at the tapioca, how it should be. It have to be transparent and it should not be sticky to each other. Otherwise, when you are spreading it, it's very difficult to spread it. But see what I mean? When you spread it now, it's just so easy to spread. Then I am going to add the seaweed and the charcoal mix to the tapioca. So there's nothing difficult. It's just stirring it, mixing it, and bringing everything together. I'm going to use my spatula to remove the remains from the machine. So now you can even smell the seaweed from in the tapioca. So I just give it a good stir so that the mixture will go around the tapioca. You see, it should be so. So when it goes into the hot oil, you will see the black and white. Then it will separate. You will see the color of black and white when you do it this way. That's why I added the charcoal mix to the seaweed to create that dark and white color. So now I'm just going to spread it out on a oven mat, on oven tray, and then I'm going to dry it in the oven until it is totally dehydrated, that there's no more water in the tapioca. And you have to also dry it on a low heat, because if you're using high heat, it will become too dry and too hard. And when you are frying the tapioca, it will not puff anymore. So that is why you have to dehydrate it on a very low heat. But I will tell you later when I finish. So see, when you are using a lot of water, then you will have that easy spreading of the tapioca. Otherwise, tapioca is very sticky when you don't use enough water, because I see a lot of people making the tapioca and it's so sticky. It's very difficult to spread. But you see how easy this is to spread? It is because there's enough water to remove the excess starch you don't need in the tapioca. And of course, this also gives the tapioca that puffiness when you drop it into a very hot oil for frying. That is why it's also very important. And when there is too much starch, you don't have that beautiful puffiness that can separate the two colors, which is the white and the black that is used here. So you spread it, but make sure you don't spread it too thin and also not too thick. It should not be too thin and it should not be too thick also. So it's so easy to spread. And now this is ready. So I'm going to spread the second tray. So it's just the same method. This is not so sticky because of the water. I use enough water to cook the tapioca. You can see that it's so easy. Otherwise, tapioca is very sticky to spread on a mat. It is very difficult. But when you use a lot of water, you will see that you can just filter your tapioca and you will remove all those excess starch from the tapioca. And of course, it's easy to spread, and also it gives that perfect puffiness that you need in the tapioca. So oh, it is done. I have finished spreading. Okay, just as you see it, that is how it is done. It is not so difficult, but it is the most important thing is the technique. So when you can play with tapioca with different tastes, according to your taste book. You can use every kind of powder in making tapioca. You can use beetroot powder. You can use raspberry powder. You can use, just as you saw, seaweed. You can even add tapioca, mix it with fish to give it fish flavor. You can use parsley. You can use any kind of powder, any kind of vegetable or fruit powder to make tapioca. But of course, if you are making something that is sweet, you also have to be careful that it's not burned when frying it. So that is another lesson for another day. If you are making a sweet tapioca, what you should be aware or what you should know before making it. So now I'm going to dehydrate the tapioca on a low oven of about 80 degrees for it takes at least 3 hours. Then I will feel it if it's dry or not. Sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's not dry. It maybe need a little bit of time. You have to give it more time, but you have to make sure that it is totally dehydrated, that there's no more water in the tapioca before you can deep fry the tapioca to have that puffiness and crispiness from the tapioca. So I'm going to set my oven now so that I can start dehydrating the tapioca. So since it doesn't even need anything special, I'm just going to place the tray in the oven. So I've placed the tray in the oven. I'll just allow it to do its work till it is ready. And when it's ready, I will show you in the next episode how to make that crispiness, that is the puffiness that you have on the tapioca, by just deep frying it in very hot oil and it puff up. And I will show you, I'll give you an idea how you can use the tapioca for canopy or for appetizer for your guests or for your friends or for your family. Start having fun making tapioca crackers in the comfort of your home. I hope you learned something new in this episode. Chef Viviane here again with another delicious, inspiration to show you at home how you can bring that wow effect to your table. Make sure you share with your friends and family or to whom it may be useful. Thank you, and see you again in another episode. I hope you stay tuned to see the end result of this beautiful and delicious seaweed cracker. Bye, Chef Viviane. Bye, everyone.